Hi guys, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing alright. What happens if we spam them anywhere? I think it won't let you. I think after you've done it, well, I think after you've done it once, there's a 10-minute countdown out anywhere. Okay, so I heard that. Did you hear it? Okay. Was it quiet? I can adjust the volume if it's a bit quiet. Hiya, Passion Flame. You heard it, good. There you go. Yeah, so they are on 10-minute countdowns, so they won't be absolutely spammed. But yeah, it gives you guys another thing on Twitch to spend channel points on. Unfortunately, I don't think YouTube has any sort of facility for things like that. Hi, Eric, and hi, Pika as well. It's because YouTube isn't for streamers. So, how quiet was it? Was it very quiet, or just a little bit? Because I can adjust the volume. I also see your hydrate. Yeah, Kilniath is just spending all the points. Need like a 30 or 40% increase. Give me 2 seconds. Crimbo event. I don't think so. We'll find out when we log in the lobbies. That does not look Christmassy, so I'm going to say that's a no. Pretty quiet over your voice and BGM. Give me 2 seconds and I will adjust that for you. PSO 2 has the Xbox lobby. So just give me like 2 minutes because there's a few to adjust, so I'll adjust them all. Okay, they are now adjusted. Of course, PSO sound is now gone, so we'll change the lobby as quick as we can to fix that. Ah, there we go. I do kind of like on the Zenchi one, the very abrupt cut off. I might have to look for another clip of that and get the whole thing. Yeah, it is quite a quiet clip. I mean, to be fair, on the actual Twitch alerts thing, that is on about 80% volume at the minute. Yeah, there is also, I have put the 13-star drop noise on there, so, if you do want to ruin my life and do that when an SGS, well, when a photon drop drops, then be my guest. I can't guarantee that won't time you out for doing it, but... So yeah, as you probably guessed today, we are doing some PSO. It's only been a couple of weeks since last time, but yeah, I just really feel like playing some PSO again. So unfortunately, it is not the Christmas event yet. Hi, LGF8. PSOBB doesn't have the 13-star drop noise. I don't know, so it has... You've also got the normal drop noise. There is a different drop noise on Ephinea for the 12 stars. Now, the thing is, for SGS is 11 stars, so I think that has a normal drop noise. So I'll know, but it might still catch me out. But yeah, things like the Heaven Punisher, and I know when I got the Cycle 1 drop, that was definitely a different drop noise. You actually made it this time. Oh, I know always did. So I think the Ephinea Christmas event is probably going to be, I would think, anytime in the next week or so. It's going to be anytime soon, because looking at the previous years, it seems to be roundabout now that it starts. So I think it is, I believe it's Rare Enemy Week at the minute. Banner sound when? Yeah, it would be nice to have a little banner sound, I guess, if you get something really rare. Although during the anniversary, it'd probably get really annoying because of how many banners you get. So just while we're getting started, the plan for the next couple of streams. So a video's gone live just a couple of hours ago, which is an NGS video, which is just covering some of the new gear that Sega have given out to people to help them get up to speed. So that's just gone out today. There will be a P1 video. Yeah, it is kind of a bit clickbait in terms of me using a Psycho 1 camo in the thumbnail. It is not a Psycho 1 they're giving out. I wish it was. But that's gone live today. On Tuesday, there will be a members first video, which is, I've got a couple that I can choose from. So it's either going to be a Monster Hunter video or something else, but I think maybe a Monster Hunter video. Then I was originally going to stream on Tuesday this week, but it'll be my birthday on Tuesday. But I'm actually going to do it the day after my birthday, just because I know I've got a lot on that day, and it's going to be a rush trying to get everything done. So I'm going to do it on the Wednesday as normal. So on Wednesday, I'm going to stream some Nier Automata. Happy birthday on Tuesday. Thank you very much. So yeah, we'll be playing some Nier Automata on Wednesday. It's one of my favourite games ever, and I've been wanting to play it for ages on stream. So I'll play some of that. As for how much we'll do with it, I don't know. I mean, 3 hours we'll get a little bit into the first story of it. We're not going to complete the whole thing in one stream by any means. But it might be that we do it on a few streams, potentially. Because I would like to play that game quite a bit. Oh, it's my birthday 10 days before yours. December birthdays rise up. Yeah, the only downside of having a December birthday is quite often you'll find that the December birthday stuff will get rolled in with Christmas. There is actually these things called December birthday cards where they kind of just roll in the fact that your birthday in December and Christmas into the same card. And it's like, I can't really be bothered getting you a card for both things, so here's one for both. Thankfully, I don't really get those. I'm quite glad of that. But yeah, it does kind of suck. There's also the thing where, obviously, once you've had your birthday in December, there's basically nothing for you. You just get the one present. Yeah, here's your combined present. Should set up a PO box so we can send you Christmas presents so you can do an unboxing. Preemptive happy 1 year older day. Thank you very much, dude. Your duo sell your presents, yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming Sega won't give me anything for my birthday. If Sega really loved me, they'd send me a, Honeywell statue from 20 years ago that I've been trying to get hold of for years. Not that I'm asking for one, Sega, but So yeah, I think it is on PSOBB. I think we're on Rare Enemy Week this week. What is the RBR for this week? Is it anything any good? No 4-mar figurines. I think the only 4-mar one that I'm aware of is the little Gashapon figures, which are tiny. Scarlet Realm 2, Penumbral Surge 2, War of Limits 2. What's Penumbral Surge 2? I need to look now. Does Penumbral Surge 2 involve... I'm going to assume that's maybe what, spaceship maybe? PSO 2 confirmed. What was that? Number 2 week PSO2 confirmed. I mean, speaking of PSO2, you know, brilliant segue. Totally planned. In early January, I am going to start streaming some PSO2 Classic. Which I know will excite about 3 of you, but... yeah, we are going to do some PSO2 content. It'll mainly be mini streams. It's not going to replace other Phantasy Stars by any means. We will still mix it up, but I do... Well, I would say I do want to play PSO2 Classic, but it's more that other people want to play PSO2 Classic, and I kind of feel like I should probably finally do something on it. I will do some NGS as well, but yeah, I'm happy to do some PSO2 Classic in the new year. I'm just waiting until all these Christmas events end on Ephinea. Well, waiting for it to start first. Post NGS class videos might be good. Here's what was that? You should try to do a here's why you should play a PSO2 Classic video, because it'll make you actually take a closer look at why you actually should. It's fun. I mean, it is a fun quest. It's a fun quest. It is a fun game. But oh, thanks to the follow, Dr. Kirst. Did Christmas start in Ephinea yet? Not yet. I think it, judging by the previous years, I would think any time in the next few days. I would think maybe some point this week coming. I was hoping it'd start before the stream, but no such luck. Yeah, it should be imminently, really. But yeah, the only reason I haven't really done any PSO2 Classic content is just because for context, I played it 8 years on the Japanese version. And I did more or less everything I wanted to do with the game. And I got to a point where I didn't really feel like I really wanted to log onto it anymore. I was kind of done with it. But I think I've left it long enough now where I could probably play it again. I don't know. I don't think I would play it seriously. It'll probably be I'll play it on stream, maybe a little bit off stream. But we'll see. You never know with these things. I mean, I said the same about Zero and then I got hooked on it, so you never know. You never saw any content of PSO2, so it can be fun. Yeah, I think reason for that might be, I think with PSO2 Classic, obviously when it released, it was Japan only. So a lot of the videos that were online, a lot of them were Japanese. There was a small, you know, group of people who did play the Japanese version who were from overseas, but realistically the reach of PSO2 outside of Japan was very, very limited. It's only really when we got the global release of it that more people kind of paid attention to it outside of Japan. Definitely want to watch a full tower run, a Zero tower run, yeah, like 5-hour stream. Only Summoner class guards on YouTube are horrid. I mean, I can't say I would do any better with Summoner. I am really, really out of the loop with PSO2 classes, and Summoner in particular, I know nothing about. So yeah, just while we're getting going here, if anyone does want to join the games for PSO, we do play it on Ephinea, and it's on Lumerace, which is the European ship, Block 2, Lobby 21. So feel free to drop by, and the password to the games is always stream. It's good doc files, and you can help if you're ever interested. Potentially, yeah. Yeah, I might discuss that with you. Because I know some of the classes I do kind of know how they play. You know, I seem to remember that Hunter was basically use Fury stance. End off. But yeah, there are definitely some classes in PSO2 Classic that I am not very familiar with. And Luster I know nothing about because I stopped playing PSO2 before Luster released. All I know is it uses a gunblade. Guard stance is OP. I know when I played back on Japanese servers, guard stance was kind of a meme, and everyone just used Fury stance instead. Whether they changed it since then, I don't know. It's the main character class, no class representative. Fans believe our OC made it themselves. Yeah, they just decided, right, I'm pro with every single class, I'm just going to make my own. Can't do PSO2 again. It was first on JP and then got stale quicker than PSU. Almost everyone I knew from PSO dropped it. Distinctly remember starting PSO 2 on Xbox, then it changed to NGS when I wasn't looking at it. I was incredibly confused. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't make Zeno the class rep, because he literally used a gunblade anyway. It's not like he was the hunter rep, because that was Orza, wasn't it? SGS this stream. You think so, Park? I mean, hopefully. So with that said, I guess we should probably get started with some PSO, rather than just standing in the lobby for the whole stream. So if it's randomly week, do you want to start with just something like a point of disaster run for a chance to conjure you? Thanks for the follow, Selenium. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's randomly week. You'll be right there if you're missing peeps. Yeah, no worries, Boink. Yeah, if you want to jump on, feel free. I'm certainly not going to ask people, beg people to come on, but yeah, if you want to join the games, feel free. Pull back and remember how to play, because you've been playing Zero on PSO 2. This is the issue that I have. Now you know how I feel recording videos for loads of different games. The amount of times on Zero that I do a dodge roll instead of attacking, you'll notice it all the time if you watch me when I stream it. I dodge roll all the time, accidentally. And it's because I'm used to my center pallet button being an attack on PSO. You can change the dodge button. Yeah, I may need to do it. Phil, if you turn up your game, you'll get deleted by people here. Drax trying to recruit people for PSO2 Classic. Yeah, I think you have actually made the Fala fam on PSO2, haven't you, on Classic? I'm not actually in it on PSO2 because I've got my own team from like years ago. I still play with a guy that I used to play with years ago, going back to Blue Burst. Yeah, so the Fala Fam Alliance does have a Pioneer 2 Alliance room. Need you to send us the icon for it. Can you use the icon as like a team flag or something on PSO2? Because if you can, I can have a look and see if I've still got the icon. I think it is kind of jank. But yeah, I can have a look. I'll see if I can send you it. It is really hard to get a really clean Fala icon because it's hard to capture it from anywhere. Because the problem is, if you go into your mag and you look at this, if you look at it, it's got like these stripes behind the icons, part of the like actual UI. And trying to delete the background and getting rid of these stripes without deleting anything else on the Fala logo is really difficult. I keep finding these boomers and go boomers right arms. Every time I do one of these side story videos, every single time one of these drops. It is the law arm, yeah. This is the famous law arm from the video. That also tells you how much I've been playing PSO recently. I haven't played since the last law video. Yeah, I suppose one way you could get around it would be to use a UI mod to change the UI. Unfortunately, I really like the standard UI in PSO. I'm not really a huge fan of a lot of the UI mods. The exception being, I kind of like the one that makes it look like, Dreamcast. I respect that. Yeah, McCountry's done his own UI for PSO, hasn't he? Yeah, there's probably a way to extract the logo, honestly. You use the Dreamcast one, Pika. Yeah, I stick with this one because obviously I'm much more familiar with the GameCube. Need a red barrier still so you can finally get for your spam. What's the fastest way to find one? I'm trying to think where red barrier drops most. I think, does pink have a slightly better rate on red barriers and amplifiers? I know most IDs can find the barriers. You're a Pinkle, it's supposed to be easy. Yeah, the downside of those barriers is that they don't drop from any enemies. Typically, they're just box drops. It's probably just worth looking on the Ephinea wiki, seeing what areas they drop in. They tend to drop at a bit easy drop rate in high difficulties usually. But none of them are particularly easy to find, honestly. I missed. Small window still has the lines. Oh. We are missing a chunky rare cast, yeah. If you want to bring a chunky rare cast, feel free. Yeah, so we'll get started in a bit once we get the remainder. Honestly, it's quite nice to actually go on PSO for a change. I know it's only been a few weeks since we played it on stream, but I've been playing so many other Phantasy Star games recently. It's actually nice to come back to this. Never thought I'd say that after how much we played during the anniversary, but here we are. I did laugh because Spotify recently did their Wrapped for the where they tell you what your most listened to music was, and apparently my most listened to music was the character selected music from PSO. Because of course it is. Yeah, no, well, you say no burgers, Pika. There is a burger in PSO, but it's a mag. Yeah, there is the burger mag. SGS Copium Vegeta fries. Is it eatable? I would not condone eating your mag. Nearclaw hunt when? Oh, there we go. We've got our team. Yeah, Nearclaw is something I've never hunted. Also, it is taking incredible amounts of concentration to call it Nearclaw, because for years and years and years I called it Nightclaw. It's only recently that I realised it's actually Nearclaw. I'm trying to convince my brain to say Near now. It's now saying Knee-claw. Knee-claw, Nightclaw, Nearclaw. Same thing. I think I said this on the Discord meet yesterday, but I am genuinely really enjoying the Phantasy Star 1 playthrough at the minute. It's actually really funny. You're happy to know that there are a multitude of near weapons. It's near sword as well, okay. Well, it only took us 25 minutes, but we're here. Dark Falls will attack. Hopefully not in this quest. So yeah, we will get onto the SGS Copium soon. We're just doing a warm-up point of disaster first. It's rare in my week, it seems rude not to do this. Yeah, I did mention it at the start of the stream, but for anyone who missed it, there are new sound alerts on Twitch as well for channel points. I think they're 500 channel points. There is a 10-minute cooldown on each of them, so you can't spam me consistently with them, but they are there. People have been asking for them for a while, so they are there now. keep forgetting the Porkins found SGS. So there's an SGS on stream for you. It's just not mine. Is it anywhere near unsealing Porkins or? No. Yeah, 23,000 kills is rough. You need to make an effort. Honestly, unsealing is one of the worst things in PSO. It sucks doing it. It's so boring. Only found a Sanga, haven't found the other blade. Don't know who drops it and what ID. Are you playing on Blue Burst Supersonic or on another version? You're playing on Blue Burst. Honestly, the easiest way of getting Yasha, you could hunt it, but honestly, if you're playing Blue Burst, just do Black Pepper's deal in episode 4. It's like a quest. There is actually a guide on my channel how to do it. That is the easiest way by far of getting Yasha. The downside is that the Yasha you get from that will have no percents. So what I would advise you doing is try to keep hunting a Sanga until you get one with hit. And then just do Black Pepper's deal to get a Yasha. Because there are only 2 drops for Yasha and they're both incredibly rare to get. Hi Drafia. Caught a stream. Good to have you. But yeah, Supersonica, there are only 2 drops for Yasha. One's for Skyly, which is from the Belrisen Temple in Ultimate, and that's like 1 in 28,000. And the other one is Viridia from the Milkweeks and Caves, and that's like 1 in 67,000. So yeah, just do Black Pepper's deal. That's how I got this one. On the Sega servers, I did find Yasha from a Milkweek. So I made one the quote-unquote proper way. But honestly, yeah, if you're playing Blue Burst now, just do Black Pepper's deal. It's much easier. Where did you get the mech guns? Oh, these ones. These were from, I think it's from the Easter shop, I think it is. There's an NPC in there that you can trade Easter eggs to. And I think there was about 25 Easter eggs to get these. Christmas event might also have them, yeah, possibly. But yeah, this mech comes with 40 hit. And they're a bit higher attack power than Charge Vulcans, so they're maybe slightly less accurate potentially, but a little bit more power. And they're cool because they're the white photons on them, which is really unusual. It's it, Viridia. If you do want to hunt Yasha on Viridia, first of all, good luck, because it is a very, very hard drop. It is one of those drops that could take you potentially years to find. If you do want to hunt it, I would probably recommend... The way that I found it was there is a quest in episode 1 called Today's Rate. And you can run the first few rooms of that and you get about 40 Milkweeks. And I just used to reset that over and over again. I got really lucky. I found it after about 3,000 Milkweeks. You can also run Lost Ice Spinner. Lost Ice Spinner has about 125 Milkweeks in it. But that does require... It does kind of require 2 people to get through Cave 1. There's a switch part where you need someone to hold a switch, basically. You can kind of cheese it single player, but it's a bit awkward to do. But yeah, if you do want to hunt it though, good luck, because yeah, it is a very difficult drop. In fact, if you go on one of the old PSO sites, PSO World, and you look on their item database, some of the pictures on there for Yasha are my old Uni World from Sega Blue Burst, because I think I was one of 2 people, I think, on the server to have Sango and Yasha before Black Pepper's Deal released. I can't stress how stupidly hard it was to get. One of your long-term goals is Dual Bird from Black Paper's deal. Yeah, Dual Bird is really, really good on certain classes. Again, the only real downside with it is it can't have any percents because both the guns are only obtainable through Black Paper's deal too. But honestly, yeah, it's still a really solid mech gun. And to be honest, even the single versions of the Master Raven and Last One are still both really decent as well. Help, I've died, everybody. It doesn't particularly look like you have. I kind of feel like with basically every Fantasy star, there is a way to troll with one of the communication methods. So in this, you've got your word select trolls. You know, PSO, you can spam cut in chats. And then in Zero, you just draw stuff. And if you've seen any of our gameplay for Zero, you'll know that we basically just draw Squidward, and that's about it. Play Hucasil, so it's one of the best mech gun choices. Yeah, Dual Bird on Hucasil is really good. I think, if I remember correctly, I think you have to pretty much max the ATA to use it on Hucasil, but yeah, really, really good. And I think Hucasil might be the only hunter that can use it. If you're not trolling while playing PSO, are you really playing? Not really, no. My DS shortcuts have male anatomy on them, quite rude. It kind of amazes me that they allowed that in Zero, considering it's a Nintendo game. Nope, Disco Braveman with terrible percents. Where's my 85 hit Disco Braveman? That's a good point, actually, killing Kilniath. Yeah, the DS did have Picto chat. Yeah, I forgot about that. Speaking of trolling in PSO, who designed these rooms? Yeah, RIP Trash Rare. Disco Braveman is such a weird weapon because it can be worth nothing or all the photon drops, depending on what the percents are. You know, if you can get a good one with, like, you know, I mean, to be honest with me, you could use one with probably 30 hit plus, I reckon, would be decent, but, you know, if you get one that's over 50 hit, you're in the money. The same with a couple of other so-called trash rares as well, so things like MA60 Vice. Again, if you get a really high hit one, it's worth a fortune. Oh, look, material, nice. $50 hit on a female would be amazing. I think the one I use at the minute, do I have it with me? Yes. I have a 45 hit one at the minute, which does the job fine. You're not going at tornadoes. I don't blame you. So I'm going to assume it's not Condry event. I mean, why would it be? It's rare enemy week. Why would a rare enemy appear? This dude is such a waste of a boss. The Dragon Scale drop is nice when you first get it. It should be quite clear that I don't particularly need one. Yeah, that's what happens when you use a hit Disco Braveman. It's such a good weapon, and I'm not even using it with 13 either. Yeah, if you want to stay there, miss, that's fine. It sucks that really high HP characters just can't go in here because they just get deleted by the tornadoes. You still need to do the government quests. It don't take too long to do, honestly. I will say I've never liked this phase of the episode 4 boss, because there's so much stuff in the boss fight you just can't avoid. You basically just face tank everything. Yeah, some of his attacks in this phase just aren't really avoidable. You remember not being a fan of episode 4 if it wasn't for the drops, it felt so barren. I do feel like episode 4 was... It does kind of feel like a bit of an afterthought, honestly, compared to episode 1 and 2. It's nice that we've got some more content for PSO, don't get me wrong. But it is definitely a lot less impressive than 1 and 2. Well. So long. Yeah, episode 4 did kind of feel like a bit like an epilogue. I mean, it does... It's interesting. So the episode 4 story, it does do a decent job of rounding out some of the lore for PSO. You know, it teaches him more about things like the Mother Project. So I respect it for that. Oh, I got excited there. I saw a caliber with hit pop up on my item reader, but it's only 30 hit. Never mind. The gear is very good, yeah. I've said this before as well, but I do feel like some of the episode 4 gear is too good. It does make some of the episode 1 and 2 stuff irrelevant, which I don't really like. Yeah, I mean, realistically, I mean, who's going to use a Lavis Cannon when Excalibur is way stronger, hits 3 targets, has a better special? The answer is, you still should, because Lavis Cannon looks cool. And Lavis Cannon doesn't sound like a dog barking. If anyone wants a 5% machine Disco Braveman, please Circa. Yeah, Lavis Blade on Hugh Seal does go kind of hard. But again though, Lavis Blade or Daylight Scar. And Daylight Scar is much stronger, has a Berserk special. Again though, Lavis Blade looks cool. And Lavis Blade does have a niche use. It is good for sacrificing your HP fast so you can use Dark Flow. Find out how the final boss has no extra stage, like Faults has the slap phase and Floor has the leg stage. These bosses just don't. The second stage of that boss, if you like, is once he faints after he destroys his tail crystals. When he collapses through the wall, that is the second phase, basically. But yeah, it's not much of a change. He doesn't change appearance or anything. Lavis Blade or Girasol. Yeah, they both kind of do the same thing, really, don't they? And one of them is a lot easier to get than the other. Lavis Cannon is good on 0, +1 target on normal and Fortin Arts. Oh, cool. Well, at least it's good in something. It's a weapon I've always really wanted, Lavis Cannon, because it looks really, really cool. I really like how it looks. But it's just not good enough for how rare it is. Hi, Chenton. How to change expressions about hit percentage in a matter of seconds. I'll look into SectionSkyly. Lavis Cannon was good once. Lavis Cannon was interesting on GameCube, at least. Because it had a weird bug where if you kept it untacked, you could use the special without you losing any HP. And it would hit with, I think it would hit with like hard power. So you would just keep it untacked and just spam the special. Unfortunately, they fixed that in Blue Burst. Dark Flow is so cool looking. It is really cool looking. It is very, very strong as well. It is quite awkward to use effectively though. Techie gameplay was just untech Lavis. In PSP 2, it has a HP effects power passive. Looks good, but only comes in Dark Element. I think it's, yeah, because it's... I think because it's like iconic that it's the purple colour. They didn't want to change that, so because of that, it kind of had to be Dark Element in PSP 2. Hard power, normal accuracy. Untech Lavis is so OP on GameCube. Yeah, I remember people using it all the time. Usually duplicated ones, I hasten to add. Oh, Minsk, how far are you off level 200? You must be close by now. Yeah, Lavis is one map I've never found. 991k, that's not too much. That's doable. It's kind of crazy that I've been playing this game so long and there are still some of these really rare things I've never found. You know, I've never found a Heaven Punisher. Obviously never found SGS. Never found Lavis Cannon. Never found Prophets of Mortav. There is still a lot to find. Maybe that's why people stick with PSO, just because they're so sick of not finding things. Gotta find them all, yeah. So what you're saying is PSO inspired Pokemon. We're going to see Lavis Cannon Copium runs. I mean, to be fair, this week is probably the best week for Lavis Cannon Copium runs because you could just spam max attack in caves on Redria. I do have the Psycho one now, yeah, that is one I have ticked off. Thankfully, it's one of the Ubers that's actually useful as well. 0 7 stars are also like PSO Uber rares. I'm glad about that because it gives you something to go towards. Make it so. Next Uber SGS. I mean, I would love it. I mean, during the Christmas event, whenever it starts, I will be playing PSO quite a bit. So the Sunday streams during the Christmas event might be very heavily PSO, kind of like it was during the anniversary. So maybe that's when we go for SGS again as well. I mean, you know, we did manage to find 2 SGSs during the anniversary, so we just need one more to drop. I can't escape. I cannot escape from Skylight Tower. You brought a tried and tested SGS collecting character for luck. You haven't got an SGS either. You need one for your collection. No, what you need 2. Because you've got 2 Heaven Punishers and 2 Psycho ones, so surely you need 2 SGSs to go with that. Do Christmas presents scale with difficulty? I think when I looked on the Ephinea website, I think it was a flat drop rate, but the events have been a bit different this year, so they might tweak it. What's a good experience point farm for a 160 to get to 180? You got a red ring army trying to equip, but you're 164 right now, and it says you got to be 180. I mean, the technical fastest way is TTF spam probably, but I wouldn't encourage doing that. A TTF spam is mind-numbingly boring, and it will still take a long time to get from 160 to 180. Honestly, other options you've got is you could run things like maximum attack quests in Ep 4. They tend to be quite a lot of experience as well. Yeah, I know TTF is probably one of the best ways, but no one wants to hear that because I think pretty much everyone hates TTF. Yeah, you could also run cookies. Yeah, so if you do have any Halloween cookies, or if you can trade for some, if you're on Ephinea, those quests do have a big boost on experience as well. So that's another way of doing it. Yeah, cease TTF, yeah. I can't stand TTF. It has its uses, don't get me wrong. It is good for leveling and it is good for hunting things like Red Ring. But yeah, it's so dull. Yeah, I'm down to do some Exide if you want. I know there's no enemies really in it, but I'm fine doing a run of Exide if you want to. I want to do at least one SGS run this stream, just to keep the Corpium going, you know? Plus F the Worm boss. Yeah, the Worm boss is a weird one. It's one of those bosses where it's quite awkward when you first get to it, but after a while it becomes like a pushover. It doesn't seem to be anything in the middle. You either just demolish it completely or get wrecked by it. You use TTF for experience and the corp that is getting red ring. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it. I mean, if you're going for a red ring, then obviously running TTF makes sense to get up to that level as well. If you've already got a red ring though, then I probably wouldn't do TTF, even though it is probably the best way to level. It depends how much you can tolerate running it, honestly. Also, if you are an Ephinea, try and time it with the experience weeks as well. So whenever there's an experience boost, you know, try and run things that give a lot of experience then, just to make it a bit easier. Yeah, I wouldn't wish TTF spam on anyone though. It is very, very boring. So what we can do is we can just switch around people. I mean, how many have we got at the minute? Do we have, is it 6 altogether we've got at the minute? Don't mind TTF, actually. Just wanted to make sure that wasn't wasting time. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, TTF is probably the best way, honestly. But yeah, I would probably suggest try and mix it up every so often, just so you don't tire yourself out, because it can get very, very dull running the same thing over and over again. Having said that, I run Tower over and over again for SGS, so I'm not really want to talk. Zayla Minsk can go with you. Issue of Parkins. Did someone say they will carry me in TTF? I mean, what we could do is if they want to do a 3, we could do another 3 if you want. I'm fine doing 2 3s. Realistically, we're all pretty high level, so doing 3 should be fine. Is there anything particular that you guys want to run for? You rushed your levels in the Ephinea anniversary. Yeah, the anniversary was ridiculous for leveling. At least if you run TTF, you can occasionally liven it up by playing as the dragon. Yeah, we did that last time we played PSO. Doing me, pal, I'm not a cheap dirt. Yeah, I mean, I'm down to do it. If you want to do a run for P1, damn fine. I mean, it is rare enemy week. You know, we could do Purple Num Caves if you want to. I will just be 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, sorry about that. P1 or straight to Tower Copium. We could do a P100 first if you want to, and then we can always switch over to Tower after that. Run to the mills. Yeah, quite appropriate considering I've got an Iron Maiden t-shirt on. So I am pretty sure it is rare enemy week, so hopefully we get a Mill Lily. And then we just have to contend with the slight issue of the 1 in 205 drop. It is rare enemy week, oh good. I mean, not that it really helps. I mean, all the Mill Lilies can show up for this. The drop rate is still a huge issue. I found mine during the anniversary event when the drop rates were better as well, so... I haven't gotten a rare enemy yet. Have you not seen one at all, or is it just for this week you haven't seen one? War of Limits 2 is on RBR. I can't remember what War of Limits 2 is good for. Then again, you're on normal. I mean, you can still get rare enemies on normal. They do still appear. Honestly, I mean, the main use of them on normal is they can tend to drop things like some units that might typically only drop in hard. The main use of rare enemies in normal, honestly, I find is just for a bit of experience. Yeah, the anniversary was ridiculous, yeah, when Mist got the 2 Psycho 1s from 2 Mill Lilies. And also got 2 Heaven Punishers in the same event. And then I got a Psycho 1 from 2 Mill Lilies as well. And Draken got a Psycho 1. And we had 2 SGS drops. That's Dolphins and Zoos, but as 11 Astaks, okay. Yeah, rare monsters do give more experience than normal ones, so in normal, that's one of the main uses of them, really. Yeah, Draffia, if you keep playing though, Draffia, you will run into them eventually. But this week is definitely your best chance. They're much more exciting when you get into the higher difficulties though, because then they actually start dropping good stuff. So, is it your first time playing PSO, Draffia, by the way, or is it just another character? Oh, we got a Guilty Light. I think the slimes are probably not worth splitting, are they? Because I think... Is it just Red Scorpio they drop, I think? Oh, you played PSP2 Infinity? Okay. Both so much fun. Yeah, I love Infinity. It's such a good game. Oh, don't paralyze me. Do I have a cure process with me? Probably not. No.
PSE burst.
Thank you for the PSE burst. Hey, it worked. We got an LK-14 combat. Actually, has 55 air beast. That has triggered me since I'm farming a PSE burst currently. Yeah, we do have all the little sound alerts on Twitch now, so... How was the volume on that one? Yeah, we've got one more as well, so... I have turned all the volume up slightly on them, so... Let me know if it's too loud on the sound alerts. There was a lot of regret when I ran that room there.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
It is definitely a bit of an emergency. You have 3,500 points to spend just for your information. Spend them all you want.
You piece of arch trash.
I was waiting for that one to get redeemed. It says still a bit quiet. It's nearly maxed out on Twitch. I see, you missed time that one there. What you need to do is, just as a mill lily's about to die, you need to time it. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying PSO though, Drafia. And it's obviously a bit different to Infinity, but they turned Luther into a children's card game. We do also have Japanese Luther on the soundboard as well. Some are quieter than others. That's really weird because they're all set to the same volume. It must be the actual audio clips are a bit different. What I may do for some of them, like the emergency code ones, I may just record them in game and get them recorded that way. Clips are a bit different on Discord as well. I'll probably have a listen to it after the stream and see what it sounds like, and then I can adjust it for the next stream, try and balance it out a bit more. But as long as they're not too loud, that's the main thing. Yeah, I know you guys on Twitch have been wanting some more things to spend your channel points on. They're out of stock now. So what I've done with them is I've put them on a 10-minute cooldown for each clip, so just so they don't get absolutely spammed. So I believe it is a 10-minute cooldown, and I think each person in chat can redeem each of the clips twice per stream, I think. I will try and add more as well. It is kind of funny that most of them are from PSO2 Classic that I really haven't played on stream yet. Alright, I need to be very careful here, because this stream is kind of scary. See, the rare enemy boost is doing well. Yeah, we'll try and get some more sound alerts on though. I just want some more ways for you guys to be able to spend the channel points as well. It's working as intended. It happens every time though. Every time there's a rare enemy week, we get no rare enemies. Every time it's rare drop week, we don't get any more rare drops. We always get the things we're not meant to get. So we'll get rare drops in experience week. Oh, we got an LK-14 combat. There we go. Big res. So yeah, as for PSO2 content, obviously I will be doing some streams of PSO2 Classic in January. I made some videos on it as well. Oh, you got a cross burst. That's another sound clip we need, actually. Yeah, we need a cross burst one. Yeah, if you want to do a tower run, I'm fine doing tower. I mean, I guess we need to get the copium out the way, don't we? You know. I can probably add some of the NGS ones on as well, because I know that the PSE burst voice in NGS is different as well, so I can add like the NGS versions as well. Even though I think most people prefer the PSO2 Classic versions anyway. So any good percents? I mean, it's a guilty light. I mean, I'm just going to team point there anyway, so I don't care. There you go. 55A Beast LK-14 combat. Why do you always get good percents on terrible items? Thanks, game. Oh, you got one more. Nice. You try and what they call it in NGS when it rolls over the PSE burst. Oh, PSE Encore, they call it in NGS, I think. I'm just going to team point that. I'm never going to use an LK-14. Okay, so is it Skylight Tower Corpium time? I mean, what quest do we even want to do for this? You love Mother Earth of Dishonesty, Dance Mode, Engage. Yeah, the PSO2 Forest theme is kind of... Isn't it kind of just like a remix of the PSO Forest theme? It's been a while since I played Classic, so I can't remember too well, but I'm sure it's... Isn't it like a remix? A bit of it is, yeah, okay. But then the PSE burst engages rave mode. So, I mean, the easy way to get some gear use fast would be to do PW4. So that's one option. We could do a few floors of PW4 if you want to. Or we could run the seaside part of PW1 if you don't want to do the tower part. I'm happy to do either of those, honestly. I think trying to do all of PW4 is probably asking a bit much for 3 people. Yeah, I could load PW4 then if you want. Alright, the Copium game is up.
PSE burst.
Thank you for the PSA burst. It is going to take my brain a while to process PSO2 sounds while I'm playing PSO, but we'll get used to it. Also, hello to everyone over on YouTube who's watching. We are multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the minute. Do I get anything for people redeeming points? No, the channel points are just basically like just a fun currency, just for, you know, just for people to spend as they want to. It's basically, if you don't know how it works, you basically earn channel points by watching a stream. I'll wait and you can sub out. Only if you want to, Parkland, it's up to you.
You piece of Ark's trash!
I don't know what I said to deserve that, but thanks, Lather.
One more!
Thank you for the one more. Yeah, I think 10 minutes is about right for the cooldowns on those.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
I need to try and get some more of the emergency codes as well. Did Profound Darkness the other day and it was epic. Was it the... I was going to say, yeah, is it the one that plays the song that I can't play on stream? I have to remember that if I do play PSO2 on stream. I have to mute the audio for that part. Yeah, that is a really cool fight. One thing I will say about PSO2 Classic, the boss fights are very, very big in scale, and some of them are really, really impressive. DMCA ranges. Yeah, I can't remember if I've had any problems with burning ranges yet. But I know, obviously, I know the streamers have. For me, it's always been that Eagle of the Strange Fruits. That has always triggered, not a copyright strike. I just want to clear that up. I don't get copyright strikes for it, but I get what's called a content ID match on YouTube, where basically the copyright owners, which is a company called Nextone, they basically say, yeah, you can use that in your video, but we'll take some of the revenue. Hi, Carlos. If we have space, I'm more than happy for people to join. So we are playing, at the minute, we're on Ephinea. It's the European ship, which is Limerus, Block 2, Lobby 21. And the password to the games is always stream. So anyone feel free to join in. The card game Dark Falls theme, yeah. So for some reason, that one theme gets flagged every time it plays on stream. It played when I was playing episode 3 on stream. The password is stream. Yeah, so when we played episode 3 Card Revolution on stream, Thank you for the 13-star rare. Yeah, when we played the episode 3 card revolution. Yeah, dude. Yeah, as soon as we played that, as soon as we did a match on that lobby, that got content ID'd straight away. And then we played PSU, and there was a quest that played it in that, and literally while the stream was still live, I got a content ID on it. But it seems to only be that one song. The thing about it though is they don't claim it as Idle of the Strange Fruits, they claim it as Unfathomable Darkness, which is the PSO 2 version. I have tried disputing that, saying it's not that version, but they didn't have it. So freaking Clementine, yeah, exactly. Alright, so we've got one more slot for some Skylight Tower. I don't know if we'll do the full quest, we'll see. The streamer look has rubbed off on you, that's great to hear. Howdy Sky, nice to be here. I'm getting withdrawal from lack of PSO music, so turned up. You put the soundtracks of PSO and PSO 2 on a home media server and we'll listen to that on a loop. But then the media server's network interface died last Thursday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You haven't tried the original PSU? Clementine is fine. I mean, that's really the only way to really play it now. Unless you want to play the offline episode 1 and maybe episode 2 with Ambition of the Luminous. But yeah, there isn't many other ways to play it apart from Clementine at the minute. And Clementine is fine for what it is. I would encourage you to give it a shot if you do like Infinity. It doesn't play as good as Infinity, but it's fine. So again, we've got one more slot in this before we get started. Yeah, it is strange that it's just that one song that seems to get claimed. I mean, I actually tested it in the video that I did that was a comparison of Monster Hunter and PSO. I deliberately used a few different songs from the games, and I've had no claims at all on that. So it does seem to be just that one song. The only exception is when I played Xenoblade, there was a song in Xenoblade that got claimed as well. I've heard the same for Portable 1, got told it's janky. Portable 1 is essentially just PSU on a PSP. It does have its own story though. Hi Minsk. Alright, so we can do some Phantasmal World 4. I am so sorry for everyone's mag synchro. One of these players is not like the others. Yeah, honestly, Draffy though, Portable 1 is still decent. Yeah, I would still recommend trying it out if you haven't already. But it's certainly nowhere near as good as PSP 2. Story for Portable 1 isn't too bad though. Yeah, but a humble refrigerator. I mean, aren't all raycasts? Is it Sega who claim it or a random dude scam people? No, it is I wish it was a random dude because then I could claim it properly, but it's a company called Nextone who are basically a massive publishing arm in Japan that are the legit publishers for a lot of the Sega soundtracks and a lot of other games. They are a huge, huge company. And just to reiterate, they don't give me a copyright strike, so it doesn't damage the channel in any way. It just means that if they put a content ID claim on it, they basically take a cut of all the revenue. Yeah, for whatever reason, it's just that one song. Yeah, we do have a format, Drak, yeah, the rare format. You need to play PSP1 to know some of the side characters. Yeah, there's a couple of characters that get introduced in PSP1. Oh, you had the lone nun level 200. I mean, you're almost 200, to be fair. You're 200 in spirit. Alright, time for some misery. I'm so sorry, everyone. Why are we even doing SGS when there's no boost to the rares? What are we doing? Why am I here? Only to suffer, etc. Get Minsk a rare candy. Because you are insane. I mean, yeah, fair point. That's exactly why it'll drop. As Minsk going Humal again. You brought your 40 hit Galatine, that will help it drop. Maybe it will. Oh, Formar's got the Gilgal mag. It's the first time I've actually seen someone use that. You need to reinstall the item reader. Oh, is it not working? Or do you just not have it? When you have PC issues, you clean install. Ah, fair enough. Oh, Miss got a Dragon Slayer. Big res. Skylight game confirmed. Yeah, exactly. You just fought a Noir Dragon and that was not fun. Oh, is that... I think... Was it Noir Draal? So I think that's the... Is that the rare version of Dragon X, I think? Again, been a long time since I played PSO 2. That's the one. Still there somewhere. Well, there's death number one. Silence Cloak Opium. They're gonna spit on you. Don't spit. Thank you. I got excited there because I saw level 30 disc. It's Shifter. I mean, I'll pick it up. Bouncer is still pick PSO 2 for you. Yeah, I think I played a bit of Bouncer in PSO 2. I think my favourite class in PSO 2 is probably still Phantom. Mainly Rod Phantom, although Rifle was pretty cool as well. I just remember when I played Japanese PSO 2 that I wanted Guard Stance Hunter to be good. And for most of the time I played, it wasn't. I really wanted to play like a tanky class and he just couldn't really do it. I don't know if they fix guard stance later on, but I know when I played for them most of the time I played, it was just not worth it. Any drops want to get your soup and a Japanese beer? We have had a Dragon Slayer. I wish I could say there was more, but no, a Dragon Slayer. Exactly. Big Dragon Slayers. I actually played a lot of Luster. I never played Luster at all because I stopped playing Japanese PSO 2.
Piece of Orcs trash!
I mean, the Dragon Slayer is pretty trash. Yeah, I stopped playing Japanese PSO 2. I think it was right at the beginning of episode 6. I basically lost a lot of the will to play during episode 5. If you were there during episode 5, you probably know why. So glad Slayer didn't have to deal with weapon elements. Yeah, I don't mind Slayer in NGS. I feel that in NGS, I think some of the classes have been simplified quite well and some of them have been oversimplified. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Waker in NGS. I do play it. Now, I never really played much Summoner in PSO 2 to compare it to. The whole candy box thing sort of really confused me. But Waker in NGS is very basic. But it's different now you have the Fowler farm. Guard Sense is good and Hunter Etoile is insanely tanky. There's a skill that gives you 50% damage when you perfect guard, which is easy considering you guard when charging PAs. That might be why I never really got into it, because when did Etoile release? Again, I apologise if I'm butchering the pronunciation of that. Was that at 5 or 6? Mid-ep 6. It's pronounced a toilet. Phantom was... Yeah, that's it, yeah, because they released a couple, didn't they, in ep 6? So I was definitely there for Phantom for sure, because I definitely played a fair bit of Phantom. And I remember Etoile releasing as well. I seem to remember I didn't really like Etoile that much. It just wasn't the kind of class for me. Luster was endgame ep 6, yeah, so I definitely stopped playing before then. Because I never got to do the Trooper from Darkness fight either. Again, without spoiling anything for anyone who actually didn't do the later stages. Etoile's the magical girl class. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Phantom I really enjoyed though. I thought that was a really cool class. I'm definitely switching the camera there. I felt that Megid sort of graze my shoulder. If you want to go Phantom Rod and Rifle, you need to go Dex Mag, meaning you play Brave or Bouncer until you get to 75 to unlock the success classes. Is there any requirements to unlock Brave or Bouncer now? Or because I know when I played a long time ago, you had to like play Hunter, Ranger, and Force a certain amount to unlock things like Fighter and Gunner. But I think they changed that. You got so annoyed at yourself when you worked out why the classes are named like that. Oh, it's like Braver and Bouncer on character creation. Oh, that's good to know. The other classes at higher levels. Yeah, I know for the Scion classes, I know that you need to get 2 classes 75. It's really strange, isn't it, though, that Fighter, Gunner, and Tech are not in character creation as well. But Braver and Bouncer are. That's super weird, really. Yeah, NGS you can start with any. Which I think is probably the right way to go about it. I can understand why the Scion classes in PSO2 are not there from the start, because they are quite complicated classes in comparison to some of the others. Oh, got excited there. I saw a banner. Oh, it's a red ring. We don't care about red rings. As long as there's no banner for CLJ Sword that isn't in our game. Our summon is on creation as well. Yeah, I suppose so, actually, yeah. I suppose Fighter and Gunner do have some more technicality to them.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
I will say, I mean, this might be a bit controversial. I actually prefer Fighter and NGS to PSO2. One thing I really didn't like about Fighter and PSO2 was, particularly with daggers, that you basically had to stay in the air to make them relevant. %, do not recommend you play Summoner, holy cow. That's why you enjoy E-Toilet. You want to play with double sabers that don't have whirlwinds. I get that. I mean, you know, Fighter double saber was basically Kamaitachi all the time and nothing else. All I wanted was to fire twin guns, not this acrobatic shit. And you have the defenses of wet tissue paper. You do. Ow. Oh, I was hoping I could get the kill before. The greed did not pay off there. You're going to shoot again immediately, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, Jack is not a fan of the summoner slander. It's just not a class I really spent any time with in PSO2, honestly. I think for me it was more just the fact that I mentioned the pet box thing was something I never really vibed with, but... Oh, Miss got a Heart of Poem. But yeah, the main thing about Summoner that I didn't really like is just... It's not my kind of class archetype, really, that I'm really that interested in. I'm not really a huge lover of classes that use pets, so... It was never really going to be for me. Oh, this seems like a very bad place to be. Why did I pick Phantasmal World for? I used to duo this quest, by the way, back on the Sega servers. Me and one other person used to run this for SGS. Hero TMG is there for people who want to shoot but still has the acrobatics. You love the Fortnite where you flip around and headshot everything. Played on PSO2 as Gunner, the other ranger class. Yeah, Gunner is the one that uses the twin machine guns and the rifle, but you basically use twin machine guns. Not guilty. Yeah, I will say for PSO2 Classic, and I think for NGS to an extent as well, but definitely for PSO2 Classic, I do feel like all the classes do feel very, very different to each other. They definitely have their own sort of areas that they fit into and their own playstyles. I don't really feel like anything feels too similar. The only sort of crossover I would say is a little bit lazy is that some of the classes do share weapons, so obviously Ranger and Gunner both use Assault Rifle, but realistically, I think with Gunner you're going to be using the twin machine guns most of the time anyway. Yeah, just run into the bomb, that'll work. Oh, you almost got the timing, almost. One day someone is going to get the timing down. You blame the stream delay. See, that's the skill you see. You need to figure out how much stream delay there is and then time it. You've only ever played Ranger, so it's been fun playing as Hunter. Did you play PSO2 Classic on the Japanese servers at all, Kilniath? Or is it your first time playing PSO2? Played JP in 2014, okay. Yeah, I basically played it from... It was actually 2011 for me with the second alpha test. And I more or less played it from then until episode 6. I think I had a very brief period in... Thank you for the PSE burst. I think maybe it was about episode 4 I might have taken a break from the game then, and then came back to it. Don't like NGS Fighter, I realise it's better than Classic in every way, but my issue is Kamaitachi. Yeah, and I mean, I don't mind Fighter in NGS, honestly. But I do feel it needs a buff. Even after the tweaks to Fighter, it still feels like one of the weakest classes. This is where I really wish I brought my Holy Rare. I mean, to be fair, when I play Fighter in NGS, I tend to use Knuckles 90% of the time anyway. Mainly because I like sort of counter-heavy weapons, and Knuckles are extremely counter-heavy. You love the satisfying counters on Knuckles. Don't know why daggers don't have something similar. I mean, daggers do have a counter in NGS, but yeah, it doesn't feel as good as the Knuckles counter for sure. Honestly, if we're talking about the class overhauls, the Force one that's just happened in NGS is ridiculous. Like, Force is so strong now. It did also make me realise how bad I am at NGS compared to some other people, though, because There are people who've played some of the Malignant Darkfolds fights with Force. I think someone did Malignant Solus with about 3 minutes left, which is insane. I tried doing it and died in about 20 seconds. So we are not the same. Come on, Hunual accuracy. You can do it. There you go. A lot of the patch notes are improved potency. To be honest, though, that was needed. And Force was really down on power. There are other cool tweaks, though. So they've tweaked how some of the auras work. So like, they don't get cancelled out as easily. So if you get hit, they don't get automatically cancelled now. It used to be that if you had the lightning aura, for example, and you were charging up to dissipate it, if you got hit during that, it would cancel the aura. Rework, yeah, I think Waker does need a rework for sure. I know you said it needs an expansion. I think it needs a very extensive rework. There's just nothing really to it. I found that you just spam the same 2 PAs all the time with Worker, which is just not fun. You might come back for the freerun collab. I'm excited for the freerun collab. I'm not really that bothered about the outfits and so on because I tend to prefer like the sci-fi looking outfits generally in NGS anyway. So obviously freerun is very much not that. But I'm really excited to see things like the stamps and things like that because I think there could be some really funny ones. If there is not a stamp of freerun getting eaten by a mimic, I'll be very disappointed. Someone got a purple num card, that's fine. Seal J sword is still up for grabs. Probably want to be careful where we use this. Oof. Yeah, let's do you want to use it on the next floor down so we don't get killed by the Del Lily? Unless we're out of range here, maybe? Are we safe here? Okay. Well, I can do Fala, obviously. I feel like I need to stay on brand. Can we do it? Can we do a 4-person PB? Well done. Where's Fala? Bets on how long it will last. Probably as soon as I walk forward into the Megid from that Del Lily. You have loads of EDK. I do not. Okay, there is a disc there. I'm picking it up. That is never going to get used on stream. Ephinea trying to troll me with the Evil Strange Fruits disc. We will not be using that. Yeah, eject disc, exactly, yeah. I'm glad you guys seem to be enjoying the sound alerts. Yeah, the game was listening, yeah. Out of all the discs it could have dropped, it dropped the one that I can't play on stream. See, now you've done it, Minsky. You've mimed Strange Fruits. I'll get content ID'd now for that. Photon drop. What was that from? Was it from Ilgil or? It would have been Yamagarasu then. I'm not going to question why I can shoot through this wall, but I'm quite happy I can do it. Oh, he did not appreciate that at all. Yeah, my shots aren't effective. Yeah, super ineffective, yeah. You need to add Crawford saying we'll get them next time for sure. It's something like that, yeah. Yeah, after the first False fight where False basically just laughs at the cannon and just disappears. The first of 20. I think what it is with NGS, I think they said it that they use Dark Falls in NGS as a class of enemy rather than a specific enemy, which is very weird. He's not Luther, so he's obviously inferior. I mean, obviously. You know, Luther is omnipotent.
Piece of Orc's trash!
Oh, was that a Gigio Photon drop, Minsk? Oh no. Well. Rip. I mean, sort of. You're not wrong in that it was a rare from a Gigio. It was not the correct rare. Thank you for taking the PD hit though. That sound got you. Oh, you thought you found something? Okay. Yeah, there are now several ways to troll me or anyone watching, so yeah. Have fun with that. The rainbow drop sound in PSP2 Infinity sounds like a Monster Hunter sound effect. There is a blessing thing over here. It is really loud. Was it was the sound effect really loud, or? So they've all been adjusted to about the same volume, but yeah, for some reason that one does seem louder than the others. So I may adjust that down a bit. If you were shown the sound file, you would think it was ripped from Monster Hunter. Yeah, that's the whole point, Mecha, for the sounds. It's basically to try and troll me when I'm streaming. If you send them to you, you could try and normalize them in Audacity, unless you can do it yourself. I do have Audacity, but I don't really use it much. You're so excited for Wilds, you and me both. Yeah, once Wilds comes out, as much as this is a Fantasy Art channel first and foremost, when Wilds comes out, I make no promises. Yeah, I'm going to be hitting that game hard. For anyone who didn't see, by the way, they have announced that they are rebalancing some of the weapons in Wilds. You can't wait for Monster Hunter hardware check. I mean, to be fair, if I can't run it on my PC, there's no hope. The world will all not be at work. To be fair, Draffia, I have already booked that week off. As soon as they announced the release date for Wilds, I immediately booked that week off work. IG does have its bounce back, yeah. They've also said that I think it was Lance, Switch Axe, and Insect Glaive, and I think Sword and Shield, I think it was. I've had some tweaks. I think they said that Lance has had quite major tweaks, so I'm quite interested in that because I did feel that Lance was very underwhelming. I love Lance generally as well, but yeah, I didn't really enjoy Lance that much in the Wilds beta. It felt very weak. Need some tuning. Oh, for sure. Well, when the journalists went to Osaka, to Capcom HQ to play it, they were told not to play Switch Axe or Lance because they were tuning them. Still love the Wilds mocap videos. They're hilarious. Oh, they're so good. So even the World ones, you know, if you see the mocap videos of them doing some of the scenes from World, they're so funny. Kilniath consumes all the hydrates, and now Sky will die of dehydration. A SOBB in my head. Yeah, what that means is, yeah, so when all the hydrate redeems are redeemed, I just not allowed to drink anymore. You love the low poly memes from the beta. They're so good. I kind of hope they do something with that. Even if they just did something like adding a weapon pendant or something of a low poly monster, that would be cool. One more PD for the road. Was it a Gigu PD? Also, GG on clearing that, because that is actually quite a tough quest. It was harder on the Sega servers because you had a horrible camera to deal with as well. You couldn't see anything behind you. Yeah, and damage cancel as well, yeah. That was fun to deal with. Well, absolutely nothing of interest. I'm so glad damage cancel is not a thing in Ephinea. Yeah, get the coins from Null if you haven't already as well. Yeah, nice playing with you. Went pretty smoothly, honestly, yeah. I mean, I suppose we are 3 level 200s and a 199, so, you know, that helps. Yeah, so you can play on the NPC roulette and then inevitably... I mean, to be honest, I think the most likely one to land on is the boy. And I think the boy gives you... What is it? I'm trying what he gives you now, the boy. Is it something like a soul atomizer or something? Or... Can't remember now. Yeah, I think it might be an atomizer of some kind. Maybe a star atomizer, possibly. I know the nurses give scape dolls. Garen gives the Monomate. And Paganini is either one of the God Shields or a Fortland drop. And I think Null gives special weapons. Anything good in the arm shop at all? No. Is Bouncer any good in PSO too? I think most of the classes are at least usable. To be fair, it has been a long time since I played PSO2 Classic, so yeah, you might be better asking someone like Draco or someone who's playing it currently. I'm very, very out of the loop with PSO2 Classic. I mean, I don't know if you played PSO2 much or if you've played it at all, Boink, but yeah, Bouncer basically uses what are called, well, in Japan they were called dual blades, but they renamed them for some reason in the Western version to soaring blades. I don't know why. I mean, dual blades tells you what they are. They also use jet boots as well, which are a tech weapon that you can also melee with. I seem to remember that Bouncer in base game could jump higher as well. I think was it the only class that could double jump, or was it the only class to triple jump? I can't remember. Seems like people are really excited about PSO2, which is good actually. And very different from NGS. It's fun multiplayer. Yeah, I always used to find with PSO2 that it was fun playing with other people, but solo I did find it a little bit of a drag. But that does apply to a lot of the other games as well. I mean, to be honest, even PSO to an extent is a lot more fun multiplayer. I mean, God, I mean, how many times have I run SGS runs solo? It gets soul destroying after a while. Someone at Sega wants to keep making Jet Set Radio. They are doing something with it. Jet Set Radio is one of the games in their little thing that they're doing where they're going back and recovering a lot of the old Dreamcast and Genesis games. That was listed, so they are doing something with it. I think it's some kind of either remake or a new one. There hasn't been much announced about it though yet. The augment system in NGS is straight up better. What I would say is, for me, the way that the augment system worked in PS2 Classic, for me, was just too complicated. Maybe I'm a bit smooth-brained and maybe I just don't understand it, but I found it very, very complicated. I had a heart attack there because I saw someone playing an Idler song and then I realised it was this one. I think this one's okay. Olga Floor theme's so good. Gambling on soul logs made you rage. I will say though, I still don't enjoy the item lab in NGS. That is one thing I really still don't like with the game. Either let the copyright strikes again. It will be interesting to see. I mean, to be fair, we've done Olga Floor quite a few times on stream and I've never been flagged, so it should be fine. You specifically restricted it to blue burst themes. It should be okay. I mean, we've done Respective Tomorrow loads of times. Yeah, I've always said I kind of preferred the older games where you just found a bit of gear and then maybe grinded it. I get that affixing allows you to kind of customize and personalize the gear a bit more, but it's just not for me personally. But I respect that there are people who really enjoy that side. It's Idler, the peculiar produce, yeah. You miss your Phantasy Star Zero inventory space. Yeah, that is one of the downsides of going back to PSO, isn't it? With 30 inventory spaces, really, really sucks. Yeah, eat a leather bizarre berries. Eat leather confusing consumables. I want to see kind of where you run with that. Yeah, you don't really tend to carry many weapons in PS0. I think for me, the main reason is just because it's such an annoyance to switch weapons in PS0. Easy leather, uncertain usage. The frozen meats. You have 3 to 5 weapons on you on 0. I generally have 2 usually, and even then I tend to just stick with one 99% of the time. I just don't like that I have to open the quick menu, which then makes me stop and then scroll for my menu to get to my weapon, switch my weapon. I like in PSO that I can just hit, you know, R1 and triangle, open the menu, do it that way. Yeah, the character designs are really cool. I do genuinely like a lot of the character designs in 0. It's a really charming game, honestly. I've really been enjoying it. Idole le pomme de terre. Violent vegetables. I'm proud of you, chat. On super hard, you'll have more to use. Especially Hunter, they can use too many weapon types. But yeah, they are really cool character designs, and the game itself is actually really, really fun. I just need to bring myself to do Tower at some point, which I'm not looking forward to. Idle corn nuggets. Oh. Literal strange fruit-ish. Mysterious monomers. PSE burst. Is the Boomer song okay to play? I think people have played it before, and I don't think it's ever flagged. And to be honest, so Killian just said, the Boomer song is never okay to play at -1 rep. Do we really want to play the Boomer song? I mean, I don't think we've got a choice. I think it's happening. It is an awful song. And I'm so sorry for everyone watching that's got to hear it. That works. That's fine. We can go with Song for Eternal Sorry. That's okay. Just kind of make me feel like I've been disconnected back to the title menu, but you said this is your wife's ringtone. That is pretty based. I like that. I have nothing fancy on my phone for ringtone. I use my phone on silent all the time, so. Your ringtone is Trick Track. Yeah, I approve of that as well. It gives me a heart attack every time it goes off. So how many have we got? Before you even met your wife, you decided that this would be a ringtone. It's like, if you're not happy with this as a ringtone, it's not happening. Why do we need more music after Trick Track? Let's be real. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can't really go up from Trick Track, really, can you? So it looks like we've got about 7 people at the minute, so we could do a 4 and a 3 maybe. Oh god, it's the Boomer song. Oh no. I like that you had us in the first half with the PSO title screen. I'm so sorry to everyone watching. Lobby change, go. It actually amazes me that this is actually a song. It's so bad. Has Drac just like bailed into a game? He actually has. There is another PSO rap. Do we need more than one? You just remembered. I mean, if you really want to put it in the Discord, feel free. I know that there is, when I search Phantasy Star Online, I know there is, I think it is a rapper that has done a song called Phantasy Star Online. I have not listened to it. It really confused me when I saw it in my search results. I was like, why is this coming up for PSO videos? But nope, the song is actually called Phantasy Star Online. Well, I'm going to jump in this game to escape the boomer song. Even if all these boomers do like me. If this song appears in the Discord, there will be bans. Yeah, I think that was it, Defcorp. Yeah, I think that was it. I am escaping into this game. Anyone else who wants to escape, feel free to join. Yes, kind of. You think the guy who sings Burning Rangers sang Ignite Infinity? Seriously, Ignite Infinity is an absolute banger. I love that song. So we are the lucky four who've escaped. Falls is hiding. I'm surprised we've gone this long without Rune XR, to be honest. It's a pretty cool quest, this. I've always liked this. But it's been nice to see, honestly, the sort of interest in people wanting to do PSO2. It's a game I'd always kind of steered away from, just because I wasn't really sure how much interest there was on it. And again, because I'd played it so much on the Japanese side. We just kind of feel like we're just in a phase now where people just want to play Phantasy Star games in general, and we're just kind of going through them all. It's been good for me as well, honestly, because there's been a few games that I haven't played before, like the classic ones, and it's been really good to go into those and see what they're all about. Just for anyone who's interested in the Phantasy Star 1 playthrough, that will be coming back. It'll be the week after next, so next Wednesday's stream, I mentioned it earlier, but that will be Nier Automata. And then the following Wednesday after that will be Phantasy Star 1 again. where I will attempt to do the tower in Phantasy Star 1. And probably get lost a lot. Well, at least you'll get to hear Trick Track. Hi, Nick. It's been kind of surprised me, honestly, how short Phantasy Star 1's been, considering we've done... What have we done? Is it 3 or 4 streams we've done of it? I think it's been 3. And I think, what, about halfway through? Nier Automata, no please, my heart can't take it again. Spoken like someone who's played Nier Automata before. If it helps remote, it'll be from the start again. So, you know, Route 8 isn't too bad. You know, those who know Route C know what it does, know what it's like. Like, I genuinely don't know if I could stream Nier Automata Route C without wanting to cry myself. It's brutal, man. That's like a warm hug back to PSO, isn't it? A Silence Claw drop. That's just like a welcome back. Grand and Ephinea. So today, I just wanted to play some PSO because I haven't played it for a couple of weeks. There is meant to be a Christmas event starting soon. That is just a photon drop, don't get excited. Yeah, there is meant to be a Christmas event starting at some point soon, probably in the next week or so. Unfortunately, hasn't started yet. I was kind of hoping it would start just before the stream, but no such luck. So we're just doing a few random runs, really. Not really looking for anything in particular, apart from, you know, SGS now and again. Yeah, I would probably say, though, that if you are playing through Nier Automata, I know there was a couple of people in chat who'd been playing it on and off a little bit. When I stream it next week, it probably won't be too bad because it'll be from the start anyway. But I would say that if I do more than one stream of it, you probably want to be careful about being spoiled, because the story is one of those stories where you want to experience it yourself for the first time. I kind of feel like it's a game you don't really want to watch for your first time through. You've watched enough game retrospectives that include spoilers to not be affected by them, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just putting it out there. You know, there is a lot of very spoilery stuff in Nier Automata's story, so... You know, there are some big things that happen during the story that you might not expect if you're playing through for the first time, so... I just don't want to spoil it for anyone who is playing through, so... Not that I'm going to say don't watch my streams, because that seems counterproductive, but yeah. You've still got Nier Replicant to finish. Honestly, I need to finish that at some point as well. It was really bad timing when it released. It basically released and then something else released near it. I think it might have been Monster Hunter Rise, possibly. Or Sunbreak, one of the two. And I got totally distracted. I do know how the story goes in Replicant though, because I've seen it before. But... For me, I personally prefer Automata for the most part, but I do still really like Replicant. Love Replicant so much. Yeah, I mean, Replicant, I mean, it's a fantastic game still. That might also be the Brother Nier bias talking, though. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because obviously with the remaster, it was based on Replicant, so you play, you know, the younger Nier. I suppose if you played it back when it released in the West, it was Gestalt, wasn't it, instead? So it would have been like what people call Grandpa Nia. Automat has A2, so I gotta go with that one. There's the culture there. A2 is my favorite character in Automata. I love A2. I still do like 2B, but A2 is too good. It's Dad Nia, okay. Still find it kind of weird that they changed the game, like changed the main character and changed the dynamic of the relationship between Nia and Yona. And now it doesn't really matter because Replicant is only based on the Japanese one anyway, so... Replicant just reminds you of Xenoblade that much that you end up playing that instead. But yeah, A2 is definitely my favourite character, to the point of I have a few bits of merch of A2 specifically, so you can't see it because it's basically on the wall, sort of in front of where I stream. But I have a disc plate, which is like a huge metal plate poster of A2. I've also got a plushie of her, and I've got one of the Bring Ass statues of her as well. Yeah, she's by far my favourite character in the game. Which really sucks because her story is so sad. A2 skin for Hugh Newell when? Yeah, if only. I mean, to be fair, again, in PSO2, you know, because PSO2 collab with everything, there was a Nier Automata collab in PSO2. Which had an A2 outfit. I had it on the Japanese servers, but yeah. I feel like it might be the case of them assuming that we wouldn't connect as well to a brother and sister story over a father and daughter one. Yeah, possibly. Sonic BGM time. This is the weird thing. So you would think that if one of the PSO episode 3 songs got content ID, you would think that it would be the same for Sonic music. But what I am going to do, because I don't trust things now, I am just going to mute the music for this part. Because I know now I've said that, I will get content ID matched. Yokotaro is also just like that, we're changing up stories a bit sometimes, so who knows. Yeah, because there's also the Nier Automata anime, isn't there? And I know that the story in that is slightly different. I haven't watched all of it though. I need to finish watching that, to be honest. Oh, hill to top. This is Random Attack Exard, I think it's called. It's pretty crazy quest. Well, he didn't drop anything. So we failed a 1 out of 2 drop, which makes that 13-star drop noise even funnier. It's like, congratulations, you failed a 1 out of 2 drop. It's only for a red saber anyway, so I'm not too bothered. I also like how he never shows up on a red Ryu game. Or blue full. Or any idea that's useful. But yeah, this quest burning is I think it's called something like random attack Exard. This is like a bonus area though. This area only appears now and again. I've muted the music for it because it plays Sonic music and it's probably a bit DMCA. This is fantastic to run if you are running Viridia though, because it does have a ton of Crimson Assassins, which now drop V101. Well, we say they drop V101. As you can see, there are quite a lot of Crimson Assassins. Unfortunately, the death noises kind of stack up and just get louder and louder. Oh look, no V101. Yeah, so what it does, Remote, these are treated as episode 1 Crimson Assassins. For some reason in this quest, what it does is all of the enemies here are treated as their episode 1 versions. So they drop their episode 1 drops, even though it's in Spaceship. V101, same drop rate as SGS. Yeah, 1 in nothing. 1 in does not exist. But yeah, it's just a unique thing for this quest where all the enemies here drop their episode 1 drops. Yeah, if you've got a Viridia remote, this is well worth running. The only downside is that this room only appears sometimes. I don't actually know what triggers it to appear. Right, let's put the volume back on. It has come back, it's just the cave music is super quiet. V404 drop not found. Yeah, maybe that's why it doesn't drop. Fan games are good for Sega's image, so they don't immediately DMCA. For a while, Sonic games were more or less a PR expense. I'm so sorry, Jarol. Oof. Oof. Dourly kind of regretting appearing now. I keep forgetting how busted this Flowens is. You love seeing your least favourite boss be abused. Yeah, I love doing that to Durol because I hate Durol as well. Durol was at LK38 chance. He was. This is really good on Viridia, isn't it? Does Viridia get Red Ring as well? Because I know obviously there is a chance of getting Dark Falls in this as well. Because if that's the case, this is a fantastic quest for Viridia. It also gets Red Ring as well. Jeez. Yeah, if you get Ruins. I think it's if you get Ruins and you don't get the Spaceship variant, because if you do Spaceship then you end up going to Durol. So I'm assuming it's if you don't get the Spaceship route, then you do Faults instead. Mine stuck really hard in Viridia. That's the downside, I suppose. You basically have to reset until you get Ruins, but at least the reset is right at the start. Yeah, that's what we tend to do. We tend to just reset if we don't get Ruins. You either get the bonus room or Dark Falls. I think it's on Viridia. I mean, both are good. You've either got a chance at Red Ring or a chance at V101 and LK38. Alright, let's see what random material we get. People seem to be getting good ones, so I'll probably get a defense material, no doubt. evade material may as well be a defense material. It's always either defense or evade. I know you can get other ones, like you can even, I think you actually get TP materials from this now and again as well, but it is quite rare. You do tend to quite often get the defense or evade, unfortunately. Yeah, I thought you could. I think I've had 1 or 2 TP materials from it before. But it is the minority. It does tend to be the defense and evade, unfortunately. Alright, so it's rare enemy week, so maybe we should do something with some chance for rare enemies. Not that it matters because they won't appear anywhere, but you know. Having said that, we got Hildator. So we actually got a rare enemy in rare enemy week. Write that one down. Well, I mean, we could do a Lavistron. All purple ME4. I mean, I could go and get my... Yes, but I could either go and get my Ephinea Whirl if you want to do a Lavistron. I think LJP wants a Lavistron, I think. Yeah, I can go and get my Ephinea Whirl then if you want to do a Red Rear. Alright, we're going to the vote for Lavis, fair enough. I'll go and get my Red Rear. So yeah, I think for the next few weeks, especially once the Christmas event starts, the Sunday streams will probably be quite PSO heavy for a couple of weeks. Following that, then that should lead nicely into the PSO 2 streams, so I think it works out quite well. So what I'll do is I will make a, I think, what, Red Rear max attack maybe is maybe the best for it. Do we know, is it max attack, is it A, B or C that you do for Lavis? I know TTF's an option as well, but realistically, who wants to run TTF? I can't remember now if you run A, B or C. You can host White LPOD. Yeah, so I mean, we can do 2 runs at the same time. So we can do 1 run for Lavis and 1 run for White LPOD. Is that's limiter, isn't it? So depending on what you want to go for, just join whichever game you want. I will set up a Red Rear run. Max 1A for slimes, okay. Well, I'll make that game now. Again, just try and sort of rotate around so everyone's getting a chance to be in. Hello, Drac. You're totally a beginner. Oh, hi, Remote. Oh, well, I have set the episode 1 game up, so anyone who wants to join in for Lavis, feel free. I think Draken's going to set up a White Hill Point and Disaster for Limiter. Oh, it's so much rubbish with me. I've still got this 55 hit charge club from last time. I desperately tried to melee with and I had no luck whatsoever with. One day that shop is going to sell something good. Just not today. I need to team point that Flamberge as well. So this is definitely the best week to hunt for Lavis if you have got a red rear. Purely Slime is close, hopefully. Okay, let's see. Hopefully we can get a red slime. So what will happen now is we'll get a mill lily. As is the rule. Give me some weapons. You have plenty of weapons already. I always forget how terrible forces are in episode 1 in multiplayer. Well, it's looking promising. Hi, shotgun. The lilies are super weird in multiplayer. Their resistances change for some reason. So you use thunder on them in single player, but for some reason they change it to ice in multiplayer, which actually makes them a bit more annoying to deal with. You've got your big red gun to attract slimes. Is that how it works? I mean, yeah, to be fair, we have got Mist, who is basically all red as well. This doesn't look like tower. We have done some tower. We did a Phantasma World 4 run on Skyly. We got... What did I get? I got a 4. I think I got a 4 on drop, maybe. Or was that from another run? Yeah, Mist got Heart of Poom. And we got a Dragon Slayer as well. I think that was the extent of the rares. Oh, and a 4 on drop, okay. Yeah, only the best rares here. Yeah, we went to Ultimate Tower and got a Dragon Slayer. I'm pretty sure you get at least one of the 2 of those daily. Is your character Skyly section ID by any chance shotgun? If you didn't get a Silence Claw or a Justy, are you even in Farlafon? We actually haven't had a Justy drop yet today, which is surprising. I think playing as Force, you need to use keyboard. I kind of use both, yeah, so I use keyboard and controller. I basically have my most used text on my controller on the face buttons, and then I use the number keys. Not as in the number pad, but just the number keys above your letters on the keyboard. I use those for the less used stuff. Ow. I also just by default use the quick menu a lot anyway. Because I'm so used to playing GameCube PSO. It's a hard habit to kick. I suppose the silver lining is even if they're not weak to lightning, you can still animation lock them by spamming Resonda the same way you lock Volot. Yeah, you can do. So you can still lock them down with the Resonda, it's just you don't do any damage. But to be fair, I mean, you do no damage with Force in episode 1 anyway. In multiplayer anyway. In single player, it's fine. Your Skylight here cast level 109, yeah. How to tell someone's a Skylight player. If you get Dragon Slayers and Justies all the time, you're Skylight. Greed'll represent 3 Adepts and a V801. I wish I had that on my phone, well. I'm not quite there yet. Yep, Red Mowick is doing well. Look at all these red slimes. PGF has dropped to 40 PDs. I wonder why, because, I mean, it's not as if more people have been hunting it or anything. Unless it's just leftover ones from the anniversary event, maybe. Oh, Remote got a Guilty Light. Big Raz. Big Raz. It is ramping up. Not by much, but yeah. Yeah, so my 3 Adepts in V801 is currently actually a V801 and 2 limiters. No, I have still not unsealed them. To be fair, I have played a lot less PSO recently. Blame Phantasy Star 0 for that. Oh wow, got a red sword with Urban Attack that will have 55 air beast. I mean, it'd be nice if I had 55 hit, but you know, it's a start. It is ramping up. You'll make a Humor very happy with that. You've been on the gacha kick yourself? Do you mean as in gacha games, or as in trying to find something in this? What gacha are you playing? Oh, Zenless, okay. Never tried Zenless. The only gacha I'm playing at the minute is Nika. But, you know, reasons. for its fantastic story, and yeah. It's mostly the combat you enjoy. I've never really looked into Zenless, honestly. I know it's really popular, but it's just never really a game I've looked into. You also had fun with DMC. Yeah, I've played a little bit of the of some of the DMC games. I generally get destroyed by them, so I generally don't get very far. That was great timing. I generally get destroyed by them right as someone got unsubscribed from Life by a Lily. Right, this is the spawn. They're all going to be blue, aren't they? Yeah, they're all blue. Yep, rare enemy week there. I swear, if a middle leader had spawned there with these, I would have been so mad. Yeah, this is basically rare monster farming in a nutshell, yeah. Well, so much for Lavis. 50% increase can certainly be felt. I mean, to be fair, at least we have actually seen a rare monster this stream. At least we got Hilda to show up. But yeah, not the ones we actually want to show up. Not in the GameCube days where you just pop back and forth and force a rare spawn. Yeah, and absolutely destroy your GameCube's laser doing it. But you didn't think about that, you know, rare monsters were more important than, you know, preserving your laser on your console. My poor GameCube. It is very, very sick. But hey, red sword. Also, the second weapon we found this stream with 55 air beast. Well, it will have when it gets tech properly. Yeah, if only that was hit. If that was a 55 hit red sword, that would actually be really, really good. Hey, I mean, it's still decent though. Speaking of, looks like I'm gonna have to repair my PS1 since the disc reader is likely coming off its track and needs lubrication as well. Yeah, I need to get my GameCube repaired, and also my Dreamcast has started to go as well. I've already adjusted the laser potentiometer on it a couple of times, but it seems to be getting harder and harder to read discs. My PS2, meanwhile, seems to be absolutely fine. The only problem with the PS2 is the controllers. I guess I don't know what Sony were making their controllers out of back in the day, but it does not last. Dreamcast had such shit hardware. It is kinda cheap, yeah. I'll be honest, I love the Dreamcast as a console for the games. I'm not a big fan of the actual console itself in terms of the controller design. I really do not like the Dreamcast controller. I've mentioned this before, but I really don't like how the controller cable comes out the bottom of the controller because it just gets in the way of your hands. Super weird. You don't like the hamburger? I mean, it's a beefy controller. Here for the stream and the air beast percentage train. I mean, that does seem to be the theme. Oh, that's the absolutely broken Guilty Light. Yeah, that's ridiculous, that. So this Guilty Light here is 30 hit, 35 dark, and 95 air beast. That is amazing. It would actually do decent damage, I think, yeah. Yeah, that is the LJP weapon, yeah. The obliterator of caves, yeah. As long as everything is lined up. Yeah, 95 air beast that has is ridiculous. And that's how it dropped, because, you know, obviously you're not going to use photon spheres on a Guilty Light, but yeah, that dropped apparently with I'm assuming it would have had 85 unteched and teched up to 95. It makes me cry that even under roll it sucks. Favorite controller was a Gamester pad for the N64. Didn't have the long out handles and it was really thick and fit your hands really well. Also had auto fire and turbo, which made Lilac Wars super easy.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
Yeah, that Guilty Light is absolutely absurd. I think the highest percentage thing I've found so far has been, I think, a 75. I think a 75 Dark Birdish, which just rots in my stash because it's still not good. So maybe got time for maybe one more very quick run. I like that. They come to the lobby and just go, wow. Yes, this is a nice meeting. Still a dragon playable character. He should not be here, I guess. It is funny when someone just stumbles onto it while I'm streaming. You're a miss. I mean, I am down to do a TTF dragon as a Still Dragon if it'll let me. Yeah, LGP, I never had it in 64, so I'm not really sure what the controller was like to use. I know it looks super weird, but I don't know how easy or hard it was to actually use. I think it's actually someone who's not watching the stream, so they're kind of baffled why there's so many people here. YouTube suggested alive and here I am. That is great to know that the algorithm is doing something. Well, having said that, the algorithm has actually been quite good recently. The last couple of videos have done alright. We're back on track again, I think. A very rare instance of YouTube promoting its live streams. Yeah, apparently, yeah. Shared it to Discord, and you can see how it differed to a standard pod. I'll have a look after the stream. I swear Sky snaps his fingers and he has a full room in seconds. Meanwhile, I can't even get one person to help my new boss out in PSO. If you want help in PSO mode, you can join. We do have a Discord you can join. We do play PSO a bit off stream. Less so recently because we've been playing a bit of Phantasy Star Zero. But yeah, we do play PSO off stream sometimes as well. Yeah, this is basic PSO in a nutshell. Generally, people on here are super nice. Damn PS0 and it's alluring Squidward. You'd be down for PS0 more so than PSO. PS0 was your first. Oh, cool. Yeah, so there, LGP's dropped a link to the Discord there. So yeah, feel free to join that if you want to. Yeah, we can do a red ray TTF and then another ID TTF. So I'll set one up. Despite me talking about TTF earlier and how much I don't like it. Let's see if the Silver Dragon is playable. We'll see. I think we got out of that. To be fair as well, the DMCA stuff, it tends to only happen on YouTube. Well, I mean, I've never actually been DMCA'd as such. It's just the content IDs. But it's only ever on YouTube. Twitch, I don't know, just doesn't seem to care. But you played 0.1 per second to visit, they'll claim the entire video. You prefer going on a free adventure, not a quest. What a shame we're doing TDF. To be fair, I would rather do anything other than TDF, but I also do kind of want to see if the Silly Dragon thing works. So what, 2 more slots. Alright, so we've got our 4. I suspect the Silly Dragon might not last too long. Yeah, the fact that you can put, yeah, hate and a country in word selectors can't, yeah. I'm surprised they allow you to do that, to be honest. You don't know how the dragon thing works? I will try and remember. Is there any event things coming up on Ephinea soon? Hopefully the Christmas event should be starting soon. They haven't announced it yet, but normally it's about now that it starts, so I would think any time in the next week or 2. I mean, it should be in the next week or 2 because that will be Christmas. So yeah, I would think they'll probably announce something maybe next week. Yeah, so do I talk to the 4-mile first? I know we did this last time. Which actually just give me the code straight away there, so... So clear the monsters and then... I think I'm probably going to delete it because obviously we've got someone who's not on stream as well, so... See, red rear, no hilt at all. Okay, so now I go back. The real reason this game is so good is because of the jiggle physics of the hat. I mean, if you're not playing for you will for the hat jiggle physics, why are you playing it? So yeah, we're doing a quick TTF, but... Will that work straight away? So let's see if this works. You see, I mean, remote's got a dark floor. I mean, I'm going to get deleted instantly. Let's see if it works. Aha! Ha! Got someone. Fly dragon while you still can't. It's amazing how many people don't know you can do this. I'm just gonna cheese like crazy. Well, I've rolled, so that means I'm probably nearly dead. Oh. It was fun while it lasted. And then I will die. Yeah, it's a little hidden thing in TDF you can do. You can play as the dragon. You do die as a result of it, though. What was that? Yeah, people get so caught out by it. He acted like the dragon of episode 2. He did. There's a reason for that. Oh, that portal thing. I think it's just a little side effect of when you do the dragon thing. Yeah, it just appears there. It's, yeah, the forbidden Fornuel magic. They don't teach you that one. It's funny that you couldn't avoid getting hit yet you dropped an evade mat. But yeah, that is a little hidden thing you can do in TF if you haven't seen it before. Obviously, most people don't tend to do it. Yeah, they are so confused. To be fair, I think I was probably the same the first time someone did it to me, so... It's all fun and games until you get reported for cheating. I'd like to stress I am not cheating. It is a thing in TTF you can do. You need an answer. These slimes are worth splitting for Lavis. Not that it's being a red slime, because of course. The secret Sky cheats what you get for being a streamer. Yeah, to do it, if you didn't say, basically all you do is at the start of the quest you talk to that 4-mile that's standing next to the bank. And then once you've killed everything in forest, including the extra bonus enemies that spawn, run back to the terminal and access it. And then basically when you go into the dragon portal, the leader will get turned into the dragon. Aren't these slimes the ones from Sonic Adventure 1? I'm not sure. I'm not really familiar with the Sonic Adventure games, honestly. How? I will just explain it so they know how to do it. The irony of you saying that while you're using a chow staff, I know. Yeah, I do have some of the Sonic Adventure games because I bought pretty much all of the Dreamcast games that were on Steam while you can still get them. Same for the Genesis games as well because, you know, delisted. You don't have to buy things if they're delisting them, it just means they're free. I think that's probably why they're doing it drafty. I would imagine it's probably because they've got another bundle planned. I kind of don't see the point because the bundles that were out are fine, but I basically bought them in case they weren't available. I know there are obviously other ways of getting them, but yeah. I think it's a really common thing, isn't it, to delist something and then, you know, make a new bundle. Because I know that Blizzard have just done something similar with Warcraft 1 and 2, haven't they? Where they're delisting them or removing them from GOG. I think you can only get them through Battle.net now instead. At this point, I'm just figuring out if I should make bridge with the PGF in your bank. The only thing I'd say about Dark Bridge is the only really bad thing about it is that it randomly inflicts either confuse, paralyze, or freeze on you. If it was just the one status, it wouldn't be too bad because you could just use a Q unit, but the fact that it does all three is pretty annoying. I think it only boosts Grants and Megid as well, so... But it does look cool. And that's the most important thing. Mainly because you don't have Psycho ones. I mean, it is still a really solid weapon. It's just that obviously dealing with that multiple status that inflicts on you is not nice. It'll just one at a time, I think. But yeah, it's just... It means it's not really something you can really defend against unless you want to use 3 of your units. Gonna head off. Have a great week, everyone. Oh, no worries, LGP. I know the stream's ran over a bit today. We'll be ending it after this run anyway. Yeah, have a good week, LGP, and no doubt probably see you midweek. Just pop assault. I mean, yeah, you could do that as well. GOG, I believe, told them to kick rocks and made another way to preserve it. They've basically said that although they're still being required to delist it from GOG, they've said that anyone that has bought it previously with them will have continued support for it, which is really cool. Stream never runs over, it runs on exactly as it means to. I mean, yeah, PSO is one of those games where you can't just, like, call it at a set time. You know, if you're in the middle of a run, I'm not going to call it off in the middle of a run. Yeah, Volop is an absolute joke. The noise is like a dry white pen on a whiteboard. What, for the laser thing that he does? Yeah, it does kind of sound like that. I will say, since I got Psycho Wand with this character, you know, it has made her a lot easier to play. Oh, Durandal. Big res. I like how I still get absolutely obliterated by Rune's enemies. I'm nearly 170. Good old phony well defense. Pretty much, yeah. Also, that was really funny. So anyone who's been watching the Phantasy Star streams will know that my my headphones have been acting a bit weird recently. When that sorcerer did Megid there, my headphones cut out. They're back on again now, but... Is that how it works? Is that how Megid kills? Via audio? Invincibility trigger would have been nice, but you know. Here we are. I think my headphones did get megaded, yeah. You always wondered where this song from Toilet in Wonderland came from. Now you know. Got to play PUBG with the guys. Thanks for the stream. Oh, no worries, miss. Thanks for dropping by as well. I see, we'll be ending it after this anyway. I like how our Hukasil was saying, Resta. It's like, you do have mates. Oh, faults. This is probably where I get deleted. Ah, wasn't too bad. That's what happens when you have a really high level Hue cast. It seems right to end the PSO stream with faults, really. Rude. I know I could use Foy and use a Summit Moon, but that would require effort. Yeah, we could do the Grand Skip PB, or we could just kill Faults. That works too. You gone back to PSO 2 with Flare? No worries, Drac. Yeah, I'm about to end it here anyway, so yeah, thanks for dropping by. One last entry. Go ahead. There you go. That is not a red ring. Faults P3 and Volop have a biggest pushover competition. Also in the running is Faults in Phantasy Star Zero. Oh, thanks for the bits, killing off. Yeah, we'll.
Piece of Ark's trash.
Thanks, Luther. So yeah, we'll probably end the stream there for today. So there will be a stream on. It's going to be on Wednesday. I originally said it was going to be on Tuesday, but I'm going to do it on the Wednesday, the day after my birthday instead, just so I've got less on. That will be Nier Automata, so feel free to drop by for that one. Then on the Sunday, we will probably do, depending on what Ephinea do, if the Ephinea event starts, we'll do PSO again. If it hasn't started by then, which I think it will have done, then we might do maybe PSU or Phantasy Star Zero, but it will depend a lot on whether the Ephinea event starts. Yeah, Automata, yeah. Would you prefer me to say Automata? Or Automata? Yes. Well, unfortunately, I have an accent. And my accent makes it sound like Automata. So that's what you're getting. I'm well aware that there are letter T's in Automata. But I speak T-side, so... Which coincidentally has a T. Yeah, so it does say an extra thing about the dragon. So yeah, so next Sunday stream will be either PSO or maybe Phantasy Star Zero, depending on what's happening with Ephinea. I am British, unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, as for videos, there will be a video going live on Tuesday for members on YouTube, and it'll be Thursday for everyone else, which I think will be a Monster Hunter video. Oh, sorry, Monster Hunter. But yeah, so that should be going live on Tuesday for members and Thursday for everyone else. But yeah, thanks for watching for today. Thanks for all the support as well. And yeah, good to do some runs on PSO for a change as well. I know it's been a few weeks since we played it, so yeah, it's been a good time again. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday for the next stream. And yeah, more content coming along soon. See you later, guys. Thank you for that PSA burst.